Last September, we invited everyone at Lifepoint into a season of active waiting, and I wanted to give you a brief update on the next step that we believe God is leading us to take. If you've ever arrived late on a Sunday, you already know finding a parking spot or even a seat in the worship center on some Sundays can be a challenge. Naturally, our staff was regularly getting questions like, are we going to build a bigger building? Or will we add a third service? What are we going to do? If we were a growing business, the natural move would be to build a bigger building. But in the words of John Piper, brothers, we are not professionals. The church is to look different than the world, and we're to behave differently from the world. So before we did anything, we invited everyone to join us in actively waiting on God, to pray that God would lead us and make clear what our next steps should be. We refused to move without Him. With that in mind, our staff and board have been discussing and praying about different solutions to our growing church needs. In those conversations, we've been trying to identify the different needs and prioritize what's most important. The one need that continues to rise to the surface is our growing kids ministry. On Sunday mornings, we can have as many as almost 60 kids. Additionally, we have a dozen or more expectant mothers. You've all been amazing, and we have around 75 volunteers who help to teach our kids about the love of Jesus. But as many of our volunteers have noticed, we're running out of space for them. We're currently exploring various solutions to address that need, but in the meantime, we believe it would be wise for us to take another step, a step that came to me on a drive to San Diego. As I was driving there, I was praying and dreaming about Lifepoint. As I was doing that, I kept thinking about the letter D from the name San Diego. I know it's weird. I guess that's a little insight into how my mind works. But anyway, as I was thinking about the letter D, I began thinking about other words that started with the same letter. The words that kept coming to mind were deacons and debt and donations and December. I promise I'm not making this up. Out of that came an idea. What if in the month of December, any donations that came in went to funding our new deacons ministry and paying off our debt? Typically, year-end giving is essential for funding the next year of ministry. So could we even afford to do that? It sounded a little crazy, but I shared it with our board, and after some discussion, reviewing our finances, and prayer, the idea stuck. Because of your generosity, when we purchased and remodeled this beautiful $3 million property, we only had to take on $500,000 in debt to make necessary repairs and give it a facelift. We've already paid off $100,000 of that this year, which leaves us with $400,000 that we still owe our lender. In addition, our hope is to raise $50,000 to fund our deacons ministry, which helps to care for the growing needs of the people in our church. It may not be the most exciting next step, but we believe it's good stewardship of the resources that God has entrusted to us. In addition, paying down our debt helps to set us up for whatever the next step is to improving our kids' space. So, with that in mind, when you make a donation to our general fund at Lifepoint, all those donations during the month of December will be used to fund our new deacons ministry and pay off our debt. From all of our staff and board, we want to say thank you for your continued generosity. It's because of you that we get to love God, love people, and make disciples.